Hello and welcome back to our command blocks tutorial series. Before we get into the video, we first need to set up. We'll start by giving ourselves a command block. So command blocks have three states. Three types. There's the impulse, which will only run its command once. The chain, which will only run when the command block previous to it runs, and the repeat, which will repeat the command as long as it's on. There is the conditions, which work great with chain command blocks. Conditions mean that, let's say we have a chain here, and let's say we wanted to P someone, like our good old friend here, to the same spot. So this command block, when we turn it on, it'll run once, and this one will only run while this command block, if this command block runs. Let's say our dear friend here isn't online, so this command block won't find him and will fail to run. Thus, let's say we want this to do something when he is online. So if it's not able to teleport him, then this one shouldn't be allowed to run, since it's conditional. It has this condition. And there's, of course, the redstone. Whether it needs redstone in order to activate, or if it is always active. It is usually used when it is in a chain, because if it is in a chain, you want it to obviously activate if this one runs. So always active. Then there's the command block the command input, which is also needed for the command block to run, and there is the delay, which is also used. Very useful. Here we can set the delay for how many ticks. 1 second is 20 ticks, so setting it to 20 will give it a delay of 1 second. So if we were to run this command block behind here, then this one would run 1 second afterwards. This is pretty useful, and that is command blocks done. Now we're going to set the game rule. First, we want the command block output set to false, because if this was not set, such as, let's say, TP ourselves to the nearest player, always active, it'll TP me and it'll even show it on the top. We don't want that, so we put the command block output to false, so it doesn't appear whenever it activates. And then there's also the send command feedback. This one we want it to false. We want to set it to false too, in order for it to not appear. So if we were to do that, it won't show. Up next, we're going to set up the scoreboards. Scoreboards are very useful because they can be used to add and subtract. In this case, we're gonna create an objective for calculating the distance. We'll call it range, if I could type. There we go. We have to give it the objective and the name. We'll just call it the same thing. And okay, so we have to first define the objectives in order to use them. Once we create the objective, we'll be able to use them in the command blocks. And with that, we've finished setting up. Now we can go on with the video. Hello, welcome back to our command block tutorial series. Today we'll be showing you how to make Dio Brando's Stingy Eyes and Ice Throw. First things first, we want to set the tags. So we first get a command block to set the tag for Dio and one to remove. Once you have that done, we're gonna just use this one right now. We're gonna add ourselves the tag of Dio. We'll be using these items for Stingy Eye and this one for Ice Throw. Like last time, we will test for all players that have the tag of Dio, and then we're going to go with Stingy Eyes first. As you can see, we first test for whether there's an entity with the name of the item that we will be using. In this case, it's a spider eye. And we will then kill it. Summon an armor stand named Stingy Eyes at the player's location. Put it to face the direction of the player. Play a sound. Then we give the player the item back. Here we'll be using scoreboards in order to set the range of the projectiles. First, we're going to teleport Stingy Eyes one block forward. Afterwards, if it was able to teleport it, it will add to the score of range 1. Then, if the score reaches 10, we will kill the entity. Here we set the end rod particles for one eye. And then the other. And here we do the same thing but with dragon's breast particles. Then we want to make it invisible. Then we're going to make it give wither to all nearby entities. See? Up next, we'll be doing Ice Throw. First, we test for the item that we're using. In this case, we're using ice. First, we're going to give the tag of Ice Throw to all entities near Dio. Then we're going to teleport the item away from the player. We'll then teleport the entities with a tag of Ice Throw in front of the player. We'll create a packed ice where the entities with Ice Throw are, and then we will destroy that block. Afterwards, we will kill all items of packed ice created by destroying the block. Here we will give wither to all entities that have Ice Throw, and we will also give them slowness so they cannot move. Afterwards, after a set amount of time has passed, it will kill the item of ice, which is used as a timer. We kill the item of ice, then we will teleport the entities with the tag of ice throw backwards. Afterwards, we will remove the ice throw tag and give the ice back to Dio.
Hey, you!
What?
Yeah, you! You piece of shit!
What? What?
I'm talking to you! You want some crap? You want some command blocks?
Yeah.
Well, with command blocks, you can make a slave like the fucker we have above us. Or anime characters. Or wanting to die. Anything you want! So if you're interested, join our Discord server. It's right here, totally. It's also
right
in the
there.
description.
You can come here, and
If
we
you
now
can
have
come
a
here-
Discord server. You can now enter it and ask us questions about commands, or
and we may answer them,
or
or we may tell M50
talk with talk
up.
with us. You know, just talk with us. Please, we're lonely. And with that, we finished Dio. Once you're done, you can go back to the tag remove Dio, press the button, and with that, Dio's done.